How many of you have heard it said that you cannot punish people for making mistakes in life? And as a result, maybe you're confused. Maybe you feel you're being too harsh by walking away from narcissistic family members, friends, siblings, and ex, because maybe you feel like that's punishing somebody for a mistake. Listen, the reality is healthy people do not punish people for mistakes. I'm gonna say this again. Healthy people never punish others for their mistakes. Could you imagine? Somebody walked up to you and said, hey, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I wanna do better. Would you punish them for that? No. Narcissists, however, on the other hand, do punish people for their mistakes. And it's important to understand this because number one, this means that narcissists will never apologize or own up to making a mistake because they believe that it deserves to be punished. And number two, the worst part, is this means that everything the narcissist has done to you over the years, what they've said, the hostility, the anger, the rage, the outbursts, it was all on purpose and it wasn't a mistake. Let's talk about this. My name is Kevin and this is The Royal We. Now before I continue, I want to let you know that I'm here for your support. Those of you who are feeling confused and lost coming out of an abusive relationship, I do take one-on-one phone calls. Down below in the description box, you can schedule some time with me. In addition to that, I have a brand new life coaching program where I teach every day live, Monday through Friday, with live chat, live questions and answers. If you are trying to move on in your life, you cannot afford to miss out on this opportunity. It's only $49 for an entire month. And it doesn't matter when you get started during the month, as long as you get started. So head on down there and get enrolled right now. And I'll see you in class this Monday, this week, all right? Now we're talking about this idea, this concept that you cannot punish people for their mistakes. I've heard it said, you've heard it said. And we can become confused in this because we believe then that by walking away from narcissistic siblings, family members, exes, people in our life who have been continuously mean and rude and hostile and aggressive, this is what narcissists are by their very nature, we believe that walking away from them, cutting them out of our lives, going no contact, we believe that that is punishing. To begin with, if you believe that going no contact with the narcissist is to punish them, then you're going no contact for the wrong reason. And I'll be sure to include a video at the end of this one that goes into that, okay? No contact with narcissists is not about trying to punish them. Going no contact and cutting narcissistic people out of your life is because you finally now understand the difference between you and a narcissist, between a healthy version of living, which is actually having compassion on people when they make mistakes, and there's a difference between that and the narcissistic way of living, which is mistakes need to be punished. It's like understanding the difference between light and dark, good and evil. Good has mercy, good has compassion. Evil, on the other hand, wants to stand up and slap down anybody for making a mistake. I experienced this firsthand when I was dealing with narcissistic siblings, in-laws. And I remember one time we were having a conversation. I felt pushed into doing something that I didn't want to do. And so I firmly said, listen, I'm not afraid of you, and I'm not going to be pushed into doing this. Do you understand me? I was being very firm. As a result, I took a step back and I thought to myself, maybe that was the wrong approach with this person, because this is what healthy people do. When you step back and think, I want to have a better relationship, so let me go back and reapproach that situation to make sure that we can get a good relationship going. So I went back to that person prior to knowing that they were narcissistic, and I actually said, hey, listen, I'm sorry about how I came across. And the person looked at me, this narcissistic sibling, and said, whatever, Kevin. Straight mean face. What I saw firsthand for the first time was that actually trying to own up to something that I did in that situation actually made that person more aggressive and more angry towards me. As opposed to what I thought it would do, which is in a healthy relationship, somebody coming by you and saying, hey, Awesome. Thanks for coming up and letting me know your thoughts. Yeah, let's talk about it. Now we're getting into the key core difference between a healthy person and a narcissistic person. Narcissists truly believe that when people make mistakes, especially if they own up to their mistakes, that they in fact deserve to be punished. And this is why you have to get away from them. Here's why. Because number one, now you understand why narcissists will never own up to things that they do. They're not interested in offering you an apology for anything. And if they do, it's a very weird thing of justification. But to sincerely offer an apology, they can't do it. Why? Because they look at those who apologize as making mistakes. And sadly, to narcissistic people, people who make mistakes deserve to be treated badly, deserve to be treated poorly, deserve to be treated with hostility, with aggression, with anger, and with unforgiveness. This is the serious red flag that you need to pay attention to. When somebody meets you, when you make a genuine mistake and you're ready to own up to it, when somebody meets you with aggression, hostility, anything but compassion. Again, I want you to think of this. How would you respond if somebody came up to you and honestly and genuinely said, listen, I'm really sorry for that. Please work with me. I want to be better. Let's be better. I want you to think about your response to that. Now, I want you to look at the narcissistic people you've been dealing with, and if that's how they are responding to you. If not, then let that be all the evidence that you need to not be around that. You're as different as light is from dark. Period end. Here's the scariest part. Here's the scariest part of that. The scariest part is now that you know this, you know that narcissists don't make mistakes because they believe mistakes are punishable. This means that everything that the narcissistic person has said to you over the years, the ways in which they've treated you, the hostility that they've met you with, the aggression and the rage and the name calling, maybe they've even put their hands on you, maybe they've thrown something at you, maybe they've pushed you. Here's what you have to understand. It wasn't a mistake. Not from them. They did it on purpose. They did it not because they made a mistake. They did it because they believe you deserve that. Ooh, that should hurt. Now when you think about how you can't punish people for mistakes, and now that we understand that healthy people don't punish people for mistakes, narcissists do, now you know that this really means that the narcissists in your life, whether it's your moms, your dads, your brothers, your sisters, your adult children, people you work with, people who say they love you, people who are using you for sex, when they're treating you with this hostility and this anger and this aggression, and they're not apologizing for it, they're not trying to, it's because they're doing it on purpose. They're not making mistakes. We need to stop looking at narcissistic people and thinking they're making mistakes. They're not. They're doing it on purpose. People in this life, when they show you who they are, believe them. When they're acting violently and hostile towards you, constantly on a continuous basis, you better believe them. They're not making a mistake. Therefore, since they're not making a mistake, they're doing it on purpose, you have to be the one to end it. You have to respond in kind. You have to be the one to cut it off. You have to block yourself from giving out any compassion. When you realize that somebody's not making a mistake anymore, they don't deserve compassion. They don't deserve empathy. The narcissistic siblings, the in-laws that I dealt with deserve no compassion from me. It took me a long time to realize they weren't making mistakes. Somebody ever comes to me in a church or wherever and says, Kevin, those people made a mistake. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. In their mind, they were doing exactly what they believed they were entitled to do. Be hurtful, cruel, dismissive, call me names, cuss me out. They made no mistakes. This is why they haven't apologized. This is why they haven't tried to reach out to me. They stand in their position of Kevin or anybody who we see as below us deserves to be treated this way. It's not a mistake. Since it's not a mistake, don't worry about whether or not you're punishing them by going no contact. Simply understand that you're dealing with something complete opposite than who you are. It's darkness to light. It is evil to good. Going no contact, getting people out of your life isn't punishing. It's protecting yourself. Remember that. Listen, I'm here for your support. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. For those of you who are feeling confused right now, I want to help clarify these issues for you. In addition to that, I have a brand new life coaching program where I teach every day, Monday through Friday. It's live teachings with me, it's live questions and answers, it's a live chat, and it's only $49 for an entire month. Let this month be the month that you're ready to start a brand new life, to get out of the pit of narcissistic abuse and step into your place in this life. Join me. Doesn't matter when you get started during the month, just get in there. Get started. Get started right now. I'll be back with more videos for you right here on The Royal We. Before I leave though, I want to invite you to watch this video right here. This video, YouTube recommends for you. All right? YouTube has been watching what you watch, and I believe that it's going to be a good video for you. All right? Actually, I'm going to change this. I think the video that you should watch right here is the no contact video, and who no contact hurts. It's a recent upload, and I'm going to pick this video for you instead of YouTube picking it, because I believe this is going to be the best video for you to watch. All right? Watch this video, and I'll be back with more right here on The Royal We.